What's going on, champions? It's your coach MJ back at you with another episode of Sats and Success. It's time for us to learn and grow, so let's go. Now, before we get into today's conversation, and that's exactly what we're going to have, a conversation, raw, real, no edits, no takes. I just want to bring what I have for you today straight from the heart. So forgive me in advance if I lose my train of thought, sounds choppy, whatever. Uh, this is what I decided to go with on today. Now, before we get into that conversation, again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on your bell notifications so you're notified whenever content just like this arrives. Okay? Now, over the past couple of weeks on Wellness Wednesday, we have been discussing things that I do to recharge whenever life is stressing me the heck out. Whenever life is acting like a vampire and extracting everything I have in me, spiritually, mentally, physically, out of me. I gave you something that I do to mentally recharge. I gave you something that I do to physically recharge. Today, I had promised I would give you something to spiritually recharge, and I'm still going to give you that. It's just going to be on next week's episode. Now, why am I doing that? This is a good opportunity for us, my Sats and Success community, for us to pause. We are growing at a neck breaking rate right now. And that's because of all of you, each and every one of you. I'm so excited, so happy, so filled with gratitude. And I want to thank each and every one of you that has subscribed to this channel, watched this channel, shared this channel, smash that like button, left a comment. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I pray for you this morning that you have success across all four pillars in your life. And with that being said, I want to make sure that before we move further, that you guys truly, truly, truly understand what you're getting when you come to this channel. Now, the description of this channel and what this channel is about, it's on the channel description. But I'm guessing maybe only 70% of you haven't read it and 30% of you have. But it's there for you to read whenever you get the time to read the description of this channel and what this channel is about. I want you again to know exactly what you're getting when you come. Because one of the things that I I came to understand at a early age is that true wealth, and this is at the very top of the description, goes beyond money. Right? It's about developing a strong mindset, healthy habits, and a deep understanding of the world around you. We're living in some chaotic times, and I want to make sure that on this channel, I help you navigate through all the chaos, all the confusion, all of the mess. And I wanted to make sure that on this channel that it wasn't strictly just about money. Most people, when they think about wealth and riches, they only look at it from the vantage point of money. And there's so many people walking around the world today, not even realizing that you're already rich. You're already rich. There's so many people that are spiritually rich and don't even realize it. There's so many people that are mentally rich. Some people that have an amazing attitude, people that are extremely positive and upbeat, mentally rich, not even realizing. There's people that are physically rich. Those people, for the most part, they know it. Uh, you've seen people with these bodies that are like, oh my goodness, but physically rich, right? They have these bodies that we aspire to have, physically rich. And then, of course, you got the people that are financially rich, and that's easy to decipher. That's easy to know. But the goal on this channel is to have balance in all four areas and to actually be intentional about one, understanding what area of your life you are rich in, and then being intentional about working on the other areas so those areas can level up and get you on the same playing field. I remember back when I probably was 26, maybe 27 at the time. I was living in a house in Hyde Park. I owned the house. Now, if you know anything about Hyde Park here in Cincinnati, you know it's one of the more affluent neighborhoods. But I was in that house. I was pushing a Lexus, and I had just came back from Kenwood Mall shopping, and I had all these bags, clothes, and shoes, and I'm sitting on my bed, and I just felt empty. Felt really empty. It was a beautiful day. Mentally, like I said, if you know me, I'm a person. I'm glass half full, very positive, very upbeat. I've always been that way. So my mental health was good. Physical health was good. I'm a former college athlete, so my physical health was good. I was making really good money. My financial health was good, but I was sitting on my bed after coming back from this shopping spree. Excuse me, and I felt this emptiness, this loneliness, and I asked myself, I'm like, man, what am I missing? And champions, it's clear as day, as if the Lord was sitting right next to me. He said, the thing that you're missing is me. And I started bawling like a baby because at the time I was spiritually poor. I was spiritually unhealthy. Um, and I knew the Lord. I knew the Lord. And that's who I believe in. I believe in Jesus Christ. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, I am a respecter of all religions. Whatever makes you a better man, whatever makes you a better woman, respect. Okay. I have friends who practice Islam. I have friends who practice Catholicism. I've done business with people who are Hindus. I've Buddhism, who practice Buddhism. I have friends or have dealt with people in business in all aspects of religion. So I'm a respecter of all religions. But as for me and my house, we believe in Jesus Christ. We believe in the Lord, our Savior, Jesus Christ. And so at that time, I realized that I was spiritually broken and unhealthy. And so that was kind of like the groundbreaking moment for me in terms of understanding life through all four pillars and not just one and not just two. I hadn't developed the mindset that I have today about those four pillars of health. And I didn't even look at it at that time through the four pillars of health. I just recognized that I had all these things that people think would make them happy. But I had the one thing that I needed most, in my opinion, that I needed most, and I didn't have it. And so, again, excuse me, that set the it set my world. That was the moment that my life had changed. Now I didn't know it at that point in time, but that was the moment that changed my life. And if you look at um, throughout life, there's been instances where you've had some people who had fame and fortune that actually attempted to commit suicide or committed suicide. I remember Marilyn Monroe, Kurt Cobain. I remember primetime Deion Sanders. I think it was in the 1990s, and this man was at the pinnacle of success. Two sport athlete playing NFL football and professional baseball, had money, had fame, yet he contemplated committing suicide. And so you think about the people that have that kind of fame, that kind of fortune. Why would they ever contemplate anything like that? And that was a moment that brought him to the Lord. That was a moment where he realized, and I've never talked to Deion Sanders, but I know through the articles I read back then that, again, that was a moment that brought him to the Lord. So at that point, he realized that spiritually he wasn't in a place where he needed to be. The world in the next 3 years is going to create a false illusion for a lot of people. This economy is about to, and this is in the United States, this economy is about to totally blow up in terms of financial status. The money that's about to be pumped into this economy, it is going to be ridiculous. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be feeling rich or richer. And I want to make sure that on this channel, you're prepared for what's about to happen. And this is why, again, the channel is formatted the way that it's formatted. If it was up to me and if I was just doing things my way, according to my will, I would talk about Mondays wouldn't be Motivational Monday. It'd be Money Monday. On Wednesdays, it wouldn't be Wellness Wednesday. It'd be Wealth Wednesdays. Financial Fridays would stay Financial Fridays, and then Saturdays would still stay Sats on Saturday. That's how I would format it. But because of what happened to me back when I was 26, 27, realizing that no, you can't just have money. You got to be financial. Yes, you want to be financially healthy, but you need to be physically healthy. You need to be mentally healthy. You need to be spiritually healthy. And I would argue that that's actually that's the foundation for any of it. And so I want to make sure that we're prepared for what's about to take place because a lot of people are not going to have any idea what to do with this newfound money on their paychecks, in their bank accounts, and they are going to feel richer. Okay, it's going to be an illusion. They're going to feel richer, and if you don't take advantage, don't prepare yourself for what's going to take place over the next 3 years. It's going to cause a lot of people to be mentally and spiritually broken. Don't cause a lot of people to be mentally and spiritually broken. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I was one of those individuals. I was one of those individuals who had a ton of money, physically healthy, mentally in a good spot. Uh, but once I realized that I was spiritually broken, it played on my mental psyche. It's not all about money. Again, I can show you how to make all the money in the world, but if you don't have a relationship with who you believe your God is, it's going to be all for naught. If you're not mentally prepared to handle the success when it comes, it's all for naught. If you're not physically preparing yourself and keeping yourself prepared for when success comes your way, it'll be all for naught. If you're not ready for the financial gains and the financial success that will come your way, it's all for naught. This channel, on this channel, Sats and Success. SAT stands for Satoshis, the subunits of Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I absolutely love Bitcoin, and I'll find ways to talk more about it. And I'll tell you here in a moment why I love Bitcoin. But on this channel, Sats and Success, we talk about all things spiritual, mental, physical, financial health. Those are the four pillars that has helped me become tremendously successful. And I'm just giving you the blueprint that I use to get to where I am. I talk about Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin because I have several assets. And out of all the assets that I own, I've never seen an asset that performs like Bitcoin. I've never seen an asset that can close the wealth gap like Bitcoin. Never seen it. And that's why I named the channel Sats and Success, because I believe for the first time we have an asset whereby it doesn't matter where you are in the pecking order. You're in the lower class, the middle class, the upper middle class. You have an opportunity to close the wealth gap and provide generational wealth for your family. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to understand the asset, do some homework, but it is here. The thing that you've been wishing, hoping, and praying for is here. You just have to understand it. But again, as I mentioned in this conversation, I want you guys to understand what you're getting when you come to this channel. It's extremely important to understand that, and extremely important for you to understand what my mission is, what my goal for creating this content is all about. As I said before, if it was up to me, and I want to make sure that I'm in alignment with the Lord, if it was up to me, I love talking about money. Back in the day, that's all I cared about: making money, getting rich. And I was all out of whack, and it led me to an empty, broken place in my life. And the Lord tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, man, you missing me. You got all this other stuff, man, but your balance is like this. All right, you got money, you're mentally healthy, you're physically healthy, but you spiritually a wreck, and your roof is sagging right here. And so we need to make sure that we get our roof back in alignment. We're going to have 3 years again. If you're living in the U.S., and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of other countries that's going to benefit from the residual that's going to take place here in the U.S. This economy is about to boom. It is about to boom. And it's my job, it's my responsibility to help each and every one of you that tune into this channel to be prepared for what's going to happen once this money starts to hit your pocket. So make sure you're making the right decisions with it, right? So that you are able to reap each and every reward from an economy that is about to boom. Because we don't know what's going to happen after that. Okay? We do not know, but I do know for a fact. I know for a fact if you live in the United States of America, these next 3 years are going to be prosperous for anybody that's out there working and making money. It's going to be very prosperous. And I need to make sure that you guys are making the right decisions by this newfound wealth. There's going to be some people. I watch this and I'm going to wrap this up. There are going to be people that are going to piss away this newfound money that comes. They're going to piss it away. And then there's going to be people like you that's going to take this newfound money and we're going to do right by it. We're going to pay some debts off. And then we're going to take the rest once we get some of these debts paid off, and we're going to start acquiring assets. We're going to go into asset acquisition mode. Okay. And we're going to start acquiring some assets, and we're going to let the assets do what they do when you acquire them over time. Okay. But we're not going to piss this money away. We're not going to be out buying rims and fake jewelry and clothes and things that depreciate in value. We're not going to be buying liabilities. All right. We're going to be acquiring assets. We will acquire assets with this new money. And when these 3 years are over, you're going to see. You're going to see, because the wealth divide is going to really, it's going to run. It is going to run, and we want to make sure that we're on the right side of that divide, okay, and not on the wrong side. And unfortunately, I'm telling you, there are going to be many people that are going to be on the wrong side, and they're going to be kicking themselves, and it's going to cause some physical and mental stress in their life. A lot. It's going to cause a lot of mental and physical stress in their life because they didn't do the right thing financially, or they didn't do the right thing spiritually. All right. All this stuff ties together. It all ties together. So before I go, again, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notifications so you're notified when content like this drops. Share this video with someone. Again, understand what we're doing here. We are building wealth spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. That's all I got for you guys here on today. Next Wednesday, we'll get back to that thing that I do spiritually to recharge when life is stressing me out. Hey, listen, I love each and every one of you. I am grateful for each and every one of you. We'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Appreciate you. Peace.